Hello everyone, and welcome to another video in our series of Texas Instrument Calculator and how to use the BA2 Plus calculator. In this series, we're going to cover a variety of topics on how to use the BA2 Plus calculator for financial or business math. In this video, in our series of compound interest, I'm going to show you how to find the present value. For more details on how to use the calculator, please watch the video on future value, which has more in-depth explanation on how to enter the value. So at this point, I assume that you watched the first one. You are familiar with entering the values on the calculator and ready to find the present value. So let's start by looking at the present value formula as we know it, which is basically the future value formula revised by dividing the future value by 1 plus I to the power n. Of course, you can take the 1 plus I to the numerator and it will be power minus n. But one more time, we're not going to be using the formulas. We're going to be looking only at the calculator. Okay, let's look at our first example. And here we're trying to calculate the present value of 7,500 that's due in 5 years. The interest is 2% compounded semi-annually. So we're calculating the present value and 7,500 is the future value due in 5 years, interest rate 2% compounded semi-annually. Semi-annually, as we know, means twice a year times 5, so our n is 10. Okay, so this is the timeline for it, and we have the future value, and of course we're looking for the present value over here. So our n, as we said, is 5 times 2, which is 10. Interest rate is 2%. PY and CY, since it's compounded semi-annually, it has to be 2. Keep in mind, as we said, when we did the future value, that at this point, PY and CY are the same for compound interest because there is no payment, which means the PMT is also 0. So we're looking for the present value. We're going to skip that, enter the PMT, enter the future value. Then go back to the present value and press CPT. So it's similar to what we did in the future value for those who didn't watch the video. Instead, for the future value, we entered all of these and we calculated the future value. Now, we're going to enter everything and leave the present value empty. Once we're done entering all the values, we're going to press CPT present value this time to find the answer. And the answer should be 6,789.65. So let's take a look at the answer using the calculator. Let's bring the calculator up. First thing we're going to do, as we said when we did the future value, is clear TVM. So press on second and press on future value to clear everything. Okay. Now, n is 10, so we're going to go press 1 and 0, and then go press n as we said. All these except the PY and CY, you don't have to press enter, just type in the value and press the button. And you can see that 10 is stored in n. Interest rate is 2, so I'm going to press on 2 and press IY. I'm going to come back to PY and CY. Let's press 0 and press the PMT. And of course, 7,500 is the future value. I'm going to repeat what I did in the future value video. To access PY and CY, you have to press second, then press the IY button. And you can see that it shows you PY here. It's not a button, it's an extra worksheet inside the main worksheet. So to change the values, it's very important, not just press 2, but you have to press the enter button. Otherwise, the value will not be stored there. CY is the same. To access CY, all you have to do is press the down on or up button, and you will see that it's the same value. For now, we don't have to change it because there is no difference between compounding period and payment period. Another thing important, press second, quit to exit the PY/CY button. Now that we entered everything, all we have to do is press CPT and press present value. And you will see that the answer is minus 6,789.65 cents. One more time why negative. We explained this in the future value video. Depending on if it's inflow or outflow, if this is an investment, you're paying from your pocket, so it's going to be negative. If it's a loan, then the future value should be entered negative, and this answer will be positive. So if we change that, let's show you what happens. If I go to 7,500, enter it as a negative in the future value, because it's a loan that you have to pay, not an investment. The future value, you're not getting back money, you're paying. Then when I click CPT present value, you see it's the same answer, but it's positive. Again, it's because of the inflow or outflow, depending on if it's an investment or a loan. And that was explained in the first video in the series, which is calculating future value. Let's look at another example. Here we have a candy shop wants 4,000. They want 4,000 in 2 years and 5 months. If the interest rate is 10% compounded quarterly, how much they invest today to meet their goal? So it's an investment. So the 4,000 is what they will get in 2 years and 5 months. So it should be positive. That's why the present value will be negative in this case. Also, be careful with 2 years and 5 months. It's compounded quarterly. So first we have to convert the 5 months to year. It will be decimals. Do not round the decimal values. So as we said, we recommend divide 5 by 12, add it to 2, then multiply it by 4 to keep whatever decimals the calculator gives you. Okay, so this is what's happening. We have everything and we're looking for the present value. So what's n? As we said, do 5 over 12. I will show you that in the calculator. Add it to 2, then multiply it by 4 because it's quarterly. The key here is when you divide 5 by 12, whatever number of decimals, keep them. The calculator gives you. If you set up your calculator to 5 decimals, 6 decimals, keep all of them. If you round to 2 decimal places, you'll get the wrong answer for the compounding present value or future value. Okay, so that's what we have to do. Interest rate is 10%. PY and CY should be 4 because it's a quarterly. We're going to skip the present value, enter the PMT as 0, future value 4,000, then press CPT present value to get the answer. Okay, let's bring the calculator and let's enter the value. Let's clear TVM first. That's the first thing we're going to do. And for n, as I said, divide 5 by 12. Here I have the calculator keeping 5 decimal places. Add it to 2 because it's 2 years and 5 months. Then multiply it by 4 because it's quarterly. Once you've done all of that, all you have to do is press N, and that value is stored in N. Interest rate, it's 10. Let's press IY. This time I'm gonna do the PYCY first, and it's what? 4 for both of them, so press 4. Don't forget to press enter. To enter the value, you'll have to check CY because it's the same. Press second, quit. PMT is 0, so press 0 PMT. Future value is 4,000. Press future value. So we entered everything. Make sure you didn't skip any of these values. Now we press CPT, present value, 3,150.62 after rounding. And you can see that it's negative because it's an investment that the candy shop has to pay in order to get 4,000 in the future. And the answer would be negative in the calculator. So that's the final answer. They must invest 3,150.62. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos on statistics using SPSS and Excel, among other things.